Uh,
Okay, last time we have discussed a lot of things, related to blockchain. So as we discuss, we are going to discuss about Bitcoin. Okay.
mhm,
Now let me tell you about the Bitcoin. Actually, Bitcoin is a collection of concepts and technologies that form the basis of our digital money ecosystem. You know, and units of that currency called a Bitcoin are used to store and transmit value among participants. Okay, so you can transfer this value from one participant to another participant. Okay, so because this is uh, coming under as a digital currency, so you cannot hold it, you cannot download it. This is what discussed we have last time. Okay, so uh, Bitcoin user communicate with each other using the Bitcoin protocol. Basically, when we are using this blockchain, so basically this Bitcoin using a special protocol which called as a Bitcoin protocol. Okay, and the Bitcoin protocol is tech available as open source software. You can this software, no one have any intellectual right in another way. Means if you wanted to download and work on it, so you can easily download and work on it. Even you can easily code it. So if you have any technical background, technical knowledge on it, so you can easily work on it. So if you wanted to enhance anything, in the coding in the Bitcoin world, so you can do it. It's open source. For example, you find some mistake, you find any bug, and you wanted to help them out to resolve that bug, so you can easily do it like that. Okay, and as I said, user can transform this Bitcoin over the network to do just about anything. you know Bitcoin is a collection of concepts. We already discussed this thing. Okay, now unlike traditional currency, uh,
mhm.
Bitcoin is entirely virtual. Okay, so we have, as we discussed last time, basically what we are doing, we are taking control on it. We we are transferring control from one point to another point. That's why this we can easily say this is a virtual currency. We cannot see it. We cannot have it. We cannot download it. This is just virtual currency. Okay,
Mhm.
and we can say keys are often stored in a digital wallet. We will discuss digital wallet in detail. Okay, so every user have the digital wallet available on their, maybe on their computer, on their smartphone, on their, maybe on the third party software. So there are a few wallet available. We'll discuss in detail in our next slide. Okay, and as actually Bitcoin is a peer-to-peer system. As such, there is no central server or point available. Like we have discussed, this one is a blockchain concept. So we have distributed system available. Every node have the entire record available with them. So this is all about the Bitcoin. Uh, so we will move to the next slide. Is there any question, if you wanted to know something about the Bitcoin, so which I can clarify you over there?
No, up to now, it's okay.
Okay. Okay. Bitcoin is distributed and peer-to-peer system. This is what we have discussed. And again, the Bitcoin protocol includes built-in algorithm. We they it's already have of some built-in algorithm available, and this protocol is working on this available built-in algorithm system. For example, if you wanted to specify any of your algorithm, so you need to connect Bitcoin network and you need to do some coding on it. If your coding gets approved, then definitely everyone, each system, whole Bitcoin system will have the same code available with them. Okay, and the protocol also have the rate at which new Bitcoin are created every 4 years. See, last time we have discussed, about the protocol, uh, about the Bitcoin. Every 4 year, it gets depreciated. It started from 25 Bitcoin for every block. As soon as every block is created, every 10 minutes. Okay, and it will approaches 21 million by the year of 2140 due to Bitcoin's diminishing rate of issuance. Over the long term, the Bitcoin currency is deflationary actually. So
Uh-huh.
as soon as we reaches 2140, then by that time we will reach at 21 million of Bitcoin. After 21 million of Bitcoin issuance, there will be no more Bitcoin available in the market. Means by
What?
that time we will have this one deflationary actually. Every 4 year we will have half of the Bitcoin. It will be issuance every 10 minutes. As soon as any block will create it, the new Bitcoin will be released. You get my point?
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Okay.
Yes.
So uh,
Every new block has new Bitcoin.
yes.
Okay. So
Now Bitcoin,
that's why how the Bitcoins are created.
yes, exactly. Okay, now Bitcoin is consist of a decentralized peer-to-peer network, public transaction ledger on the blockchain, a set of rules of independent transaction validated. This one is consensus rule. For example, if someone wanted to buy or wanted to make any transaction, so there should be a consensus among the network. Mean 51% of miners should get approved that this transaction is valid. They have to authenticate it. Until
But
unless they don't authenticate, they don't say yes, they don't approve, it will not get
how
approved.
they approve?
Sorry.
How do they approve?
After 51% said, okay, this is valid transaction and it should be part of the blockchain network system, then they will get validated, then they will add up in the block, and that's how block will create it.
Mhm.
If no one, I'm talking about single transaction. If single transaction will not get approved by 51% of miners, it will not get added into the network. This is a simple
But
at this stage.
if this transaction is not approved, what happens to this transaction? It is erased, deleted.
It will get delayed, and if there
Uh-huh.
is any problem within the transaction, it will get cancelled. It will get rejected. It will not get added.
But is
Simple as
there any where these kind of transactions are recorded?
sorry, I don't get your question, brother.
If these deleted transaction cancelled are recorded to any ledger or something.
Are they
No,
stored in the system?
it will not store it. It will not record it. This transaction,
Okay.
this transaction will not entertain. It will not add it. If there will be no consensus, means no transaction. Means
Mhm,
Hmm.
this transaction will not enter into network.
mhm,
Okay.
mhm.
This is a simple. Okay. And
Okay.
the last point, a mechanism for reaching global decentralized consensus on the valid blockchain. There will be algorithm which we call as proof of work. This proof of work is a calculation, is what you call it, is a difficulty level. So difficulty level has to approve. They miner has to do this proof of work. You know, once they will get to that level, that calculation level, then 51% says, okay, this transaction is approved, and now it's get added into the ledger, something like that.
Mm.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Now, let us discuss what is happening. For example, digital currency before Bitcoin. Hold on. Okay. There are three basics questions for anyone accepting digital currency. Okay. The first question, any digital currency. For example, if I assume that I am going to use any digital currency, which is again is not in my hand. I cannot see it. I cannot touch it. Okay.
Yeah.
So there are three questions immediately come in my mind. Can I trust that money is authenticated and not counterfeit? Okay. Can I trust that the digital money can only be spent once? Means there will be no double spending problem. Though there will be no double spending. For example, in what happened in normal currency, if you have $1, okay, okay, and if you have given me this $1, this
Mm.
the $1 physically transferred to me, and
Yeah.
as soon as you transfer to me, you don't have any money.
Yes.
Yes.
Similarly, if you have $10, you give me $1. How much remain with you? 9. I have 1. So there will be, there is no you cannot double spend. But in digital currency, if you have downloaded, if you have any software available, maybe you can use it again, right? So there is another problem which was not resolved earlier. So it was get resolved by Bitcoin and by a blockchain network. Okay, that's why it is successful. It is successful money. And last time
Okay.
we have discussed, this is the sixth largest currency in the world now. Okay, can I be sure that no one else can claim this money belongs to them or no, not to me? For example, this digital currency, anyone can download, right? So, no one have these three questions. It should immediately come in our mind. So
Yeah.
whether this problem should get resolved. Okay. Once this problem get resolved, then then we can say, okay, this we can easily and securely use this digital currency. Now let's discuss about Bitcoin users, and stories. Last time we said we will discuss about some one use case. Okay, how you can download any Bitcoin, what kind of wallet you can use, and what is the mechanism actually. Okay, again, Bitcoin is a protocol that can be accessed using a client application that speaks to that protocol. Okay, so means you should have some uh, some sort of medium available with you to spend that money, store that money. Okay, again, how you store that money? You will use some kind of wallet. Okay, Bitcoin wallet vary in quality, performance, security, and privacy and reliability. Okay, so there are a lot of wallet available in market. It will be it is varying between the quality, performance, security, and performance and reliability. Okay, so you can trust someone, you cannot trust someone else. So how you choose this Bitcoin wallet? Let us discuss this thing. Bitcoin wallet Bitcoin wallet can be categorized as follow according to the performance, platform. For example, we have desktop wallet. Okay, what is desktop wallet? You have your own computer. Okay, and for example, hold on. You have your own computer, and you wanted to you wanted to work within your computer actually, and you don't have any mobile and tablet available with you. So basically, a desktop wallet was the first type of Bitcoin wallet created as a reference implementation. Means that time, when they were created this mobile application and web application, they have tested each and everything on the desktop wallet. So that's why it was created first, and then other wallet has get introduced. Okay, and as many user run desktop wallet for the feature, autonomy, and control, the offer running on this digital wallet is easier thing. If anyone can easily download, anyone can easily transfer money from one person to another person. It's easier to use. Another type of wallet again is a mobile wallet. So mobile wallet can be easily downloaded on your your mobile. Mobile wallet is the most common type of Bitcoin wallet, so because everyone have mobile application available with them. No one have maybe there are very less people who have desktop and laptop. Now mobile is very popular. Even each, our kids also having this mobile available with them. They can easily download this mobile application. So mobile running on a smartphone operating systems such as Apple, Android, these wallets are often, great choice for new user. For example, if you are, you how to use your mobile, all the usage of your mobile, you can easily use it. Okay, so that's why it's very easy for you, for any mobile user, to use this mobile wallet. Okay, many are designed for simplicity and ease of use, but there are also fully featured mobile wallet for power user. Okay, and another type of web wallet. Web wallet, what is web wallet? So for example, you can access
Jar
any
Sol.
web browser, for example, Google Chrome, Internet Explorer, okay, Firefox, okay. So you can access the browser and use your web wallet within that browser actually. Okay,
Just like Jar Sol, for example, which is
exactly,
web.
exactly, kind of Ijara or something like
Yes, web based.
that. Yes.
Okay.
Another type of wallet is hardware wallet. What is hardware wallet? Is another form is your USB. Okay, so
Okay.
within your USB you can store your, your currency or something like that. Okay, and the last one is, this is called paper wallet. The key controlling Bitcoin can also be printed for long term storage. For example, you you just wanted to, for example, you buy some Bitcoin, and
Mm-hmm.
this Bitcoin, you said, okay, I have it for my future investment. I'm not going to utilize it now. Maybe I will utilize after 5 years, 4 years, 3 years, something like that. And I don't trust on my mobile. I don't trust on my desktop. I don't
Mm-hmm.
trust on my hardware. I don't trust on web. So what is the remaining option? Remaining option is your hard copy, right? Printed
Mm-hmm.
option. So you get printed that wallet. So you can store it, because we will learn what is exactly this Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a key actually. You should have some keys available with you. So on that keys, this this Bitcoin will be saved. So if someone have that key, for example, if my primary key, for example, stolen by Arion, so he can have my all my Bitcoin. So this is the case
Mm-hmm.
actually. So we have to store
Just
that.
like a password.
Yes, this kind of password. This kind of password. We will learn what is primary key, what is public key. So we will learn both the things together. Once we will reach to the next level, inshallah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Up till this point, I believe it's clear, right?
Yes.
Okay. Uh, okay. Huh. There is another thing. Um, we can categorize this Bitcoin uh, in term of nodes as well. As I explained you in our first lecture, there are, we have full node clients where we will have miners. We can have a lightweight client, and we have a third party client as well. Full node client, for example, you wanted to participate in mining activity. So for participating in mining activity, you should have to have a complete node. Complete node means since day one, you should have all the transaction available with your node. You agree with me? So it is called full node client. Okay. The second one is lightweight client. Lightweight client is something. Let me explain you this thing like that. Hold on. Okay. Also, this is also called as simple payment verification system. For example, you don't need to access the full node. Just you need to provide the system what is your primary key, what is your public key, and what is your history of your own transaction. Then that's it. So you don't need to have complete network data available with you. So this is the lightweight client. Okay. The third party client means you are dependent on any third party computer or third party nodes. You are not downloading any light software or any full node software. You are depending on third party. For example, Amazon, Google. So you are depending on their server. So you don't want it to depend on your own machine or own software, something like that. Okay.
Okay.
Please stop me if you have any queries, any point of time.
So
I'm ready.
just one question to understand for the full node client. A full node client is someone who participates in the consensus.
Exactly. Someone
Okay.
wanted to participate in mining process.
In mining process. So
They wanted
okay.
see how they will solve that computing problem. Until unless they don't have complete network data available, they cannot solve it. So in order to solve and in order to add new block in the system, they should have computing power. And this is not a normal computer. You need a quad core computer, something like that. You need a high resource computer in order to have a full node client, because the data is not in GBs. It's in even is not in TBs. So it is the huge amount data you have to store in your computer. In other words,
Okay.
okay. It's clear now?
Yeah, more or less, yes.
Yes. Okay. Let's have one use case. Okay. There are two persons, Alice, and one is Joe. Okay. Alice is not technical user and only recently heard about Bitcoin from
Okay.
her friend Joe. Okay. And while at a party, Joe is once again, enthusiastically asking, explaining about Bitcoin, what is Bitcoin, how it works, So she was curious. So she was requesting his friend, okay, can I can I have some Bitcoin? See, and how I start using this for Bitcoin. Let's start. Like you and me, we don't have any Bitcoin. We don't
Yes.
know how it's used, how it works, right? At this stage, we don't know. We don't know anything. We are like Alice. Okay. Now, his friend Joe suggests Alice to download one software with name of Mycelium.
Mycelium.
Okay. Once we will finish this course, we all will download this Mycelium software. Mycelium will be available in iOS and Android both. Okay, so you also both we all will install this Mycelium software in our mobile device, right? Okay. Now, as soon as she download this software, okay, she can see this kind of a screen, which we have seen it like that. Let me make it a bigger.
Yes, yes.
See,
It's
she
visible.
can see this kind of a screen on her this mobile phone. Okay,
Yes.
you see the information is available, Alice name available, and there is some code.
Yeah.
This is her key, private key.
Private or public? Okay.
This is her private key.
Okay.
So she has to store. She has to keep with her. She cannot share this screen, this thing. Okay. Right now you see there is 0 Bitcoin, and also there is conversion rate also coming 0 USD. Okay, and 1 Bitcoin at that time when she start using it is equal to USD 449. I'm talking about somewhere around 2010-11. Okay. I have taken old use case, so you can understand, what is the value of Bitcoin? You know what is that value?
Now 12,000.
12,000. So if that time you will buy one Bitcoin, so you will be, you know, owner of $12,000 that at this stage. So she can see this screen like that. Okay, we will discuss in detail how she start using it. By the way, Bitcoin address start with a 1 or 3. See, this is Bitcoin address actually. So it start with 1. Okay.
Okay.
If this address start with 1 or 3, you can, because in blockchain there are so many applications are available now, but we are specifically talking about Bitcoin.
Bitcoin. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
If address is started from 1 or 3, we immediately recognize this is a Bitcoin address. Okay. Now,
Okay.
Alice is ready to receive funds. So she already download this wallet. Okay. This is not rocket science to download any application in this world now. We all knows how to download this. We just go application store and we can easily download this. Now her Bitcoin address is not known to the network. See, right now she is not interacting with any network. She just download this application. You get my point? She
Yes.
don't
Yes.
have
Yes.
any
Yes.
interaction.
Yes, yes,
For
exactly,
example,
yeah.
if I download any software on my mobile and I will not start using it, so it is only using for my own use. I can if until unless I don't interact with the network will not know me. This address is not known to the network. Okay. Now let's move to the next slide. Okay. Getting your first Bitcoin. Anyone of you have any idea how you can get your first Bitcoin?
To purchase,
Yes, how you purchase?
you set your bank account.
See, okay, the first and the first Bitcoin is difficult task for new user to acquire. This is such a difficult task. Okay. Unlike other foreign currency, you cannot have this Bitcoin. You cannot have this Bitcoin with ease. But there are a few mechanism available, where you can have this Bitcoin. First of all, we already understand this Bitcoin transaction are irreversible. If I transfer anything to you, I cannot get it back. I cannot easily claim it. Like, you are using credit card. If by mistakenly you use it, so you can call to your bank, okay, I make mistake or something like that. This is irreversible. We cannot correct it. Simple as that. Okay.
Because there are not in the intermediaries.
There are no intermediary, no anything, no involvement. Means there are only rule to write it and read it. Once you write it, you cannot delete it. You cannot edit it. Simple as that. Similar to Bitcoin. If you transfer any Bitcoin to anyone, you cannot retrieve it back. This is the simple rule of thumbs. Okay. Okay. We were discussing how we get our first Bitcoin. We can get our first Bitcoin with a few mechanisms. First, if for example, if you have any friends who already have a Bitcoin available with them, so you can request him to transfer me the Bitcoin. Number one. Number two, there are some classified service available on the website. Like you can go localbitcoin.com. You can find the people over there. who are willing to sell their Bitcoin to you, okay, with in exchange of dollar, okay. But again, it's very hard to trust someone on local, someone on web, okay. Someone maybe introduce himself, okay, I have Bitcoin. First you have to transfer the dollar. Once he receives the dollar, then he will transfer the Bitcoin. So you cannot trust anyone like that, right?
Yes,
This
yes,
is
of course.
tricky part. Okay.
Yes.
And the
This is
third
only
became,
for the
yes,
first Bitcoin? This is only for the first Bitcoin?
sorry,
This is only for the first Bitcoin or for any transaction?
for any transaction, any
Okay.
transaction. But once you enter into the network, you can start easily trusting someone, some
I see,
reliable.
I see,
Okay.
I see. I
And
see.
the third option is you can sell your product or services online, and you request them, okay, can you transfer Bitcoin uh, against my services and product? So you can request them like that. Fourth thing is Bitcoin ATM. There are Bitcoin ATM available. You you have to search which is the nearest Bitcoin ATM available in your area. You can search it on over the Google, so you can easily find. Okay.
So what do you get in these ATMs? I don't get it. This is
just like
virtual
it
one.
just like ATM, okay, there are a few ATM available in your area. So
Okay.
you have to reach that ATM. You need to
Mm-hmm.
fill the dollar or your local currency, and
Uh-huh.
against it your ATM will ask you what is your address. So this ATM will transfer you that Bitcoin.
Yes.
Get your
But
point?
who owns this ATM?
Who owns? Because there are several institutions. They have,
Ah,
this, for
Already.
example, fintech companies, they have introduced this ATMs. They have installed this ATM within their network, and they will
ah,
facilitate you to buy the Bitcoin directly from ATM. Again,
I see.
we cannot trust on any person. We have to trust on the system. That's
I
why
see.
they introduce ATM.
Ah, I see. Okay.
Okay. So use a Bitcoin currency exchange linked to your bank account. Something that it is automatically linked with your bank account. Bank account will this bit you will receive Bitcoin against your bank account transaction. So it will automatically link with your. You have to specify which is your bank account. So
Mm-hmm.
so this machine will determine what is your whether you have this balance available with you or not. So this will be, parallel transaction, you can say.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's,
Excuse me, just so this is let's say a restricted market. It's not an open one, open market. Just like
this is this is open market.
It's
This
open.
is open market, brother. You cannot say it's restricted. Once you enter into the blockchain network, world is open for you. You can make
okay,
you can make any transaction by yourself. If you have 100 Bitcoin available with you per se, you can
One
easily
question.
transfer that Bitcoin to anyone
okay,
else
okay, okay.
who you can trust. You see,
Trust. Okay, trust is the key element.
yes,
Yes.
trust is the key.
One question. One question. What happens or who gets the money which I put in the ATM to buy Bitcoin? I mean, who is the beneficiary?
Brother, can you please explain? Brother Aryan, I cannot hear Ali Rama clearly. Can you explain what is this question?
Okay, okay. Alvi said it was the question that I did. Who owns these ATMs? Because Alvi was asking
Yeah, fintechs,
who it
fintechs.
will yes.
Who receives this money?
Yes, who involved in fintechs activities? They are introduced these ATMs, Bitcoin ATMs.
The owners, Alvi.
Are the owners of
The
the
owners of the
ATM?
ATM.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, companies which open this service. Let's say.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, brother.
Now okay. See, for example, now let's come back to Alice. Alice need to buy some Bitcoin from Joe. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now before buying, they have to agree on exchange rate between
Yes.
Bitcoin and US dollar. Okay. So how they will determine what is the value of Bitcoin? Okay, Bitcoin, like most other currency, has floating exchange rates. Okay, there are hundred of application and website available that can provide the current market rate. So a few of website, I explain it here. Let us visit one by one. Uh, okay. By the way, brother, we have only 15 minutes time from now. I will
Okay.
I will take it quickly. Let us
Okay.
this one is Bitcoin average.com and CoinCap, and also this Chicago Mercantile available. This one.
Yeah.
So let us visit one website. Okay. Can you see my screen? You can see.
No, we cannot see your screen.
Okay, only presentation you can see.
Yes,
Yes, on the
presentation.
Hold on, hold on.
So these addresses are, let's say, platforms to trade.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So I give you this reference to the website. Okay. Hold on. Why it's not showing? Hold on.
So these are respected websites?
Yes. You can easily trust. And I
Okay.
will share you this presentation with you. So this all addresses are available. Behind it.
Okay.
Oh, what happened?
Something
can
was destroyed there.
No, we can open from our browsers.
New. Okay.
Alvin, nokta Jemir. Just
We
Mirman.
Can you see
can
now?
we open this address
Can you
in
see now?
our browsers?
Yes, now we can
Okay.
see.
Yes. See, this is the reference rate. This is real time rate. Right now, the reference rate is $10,901 per Bitcoin. See, and real time rate, you can see, is quickly changing, constantly. You can see the historical record. What was the rate on 15 September? 14 September was this rate. 13 September means sometime it goes up, sometime it goes down. 2081, 324. It's trend is upward. So I don't know whether this is the right time to buy or not, but you can easily determine this this.
Brother, one quick question.
Yes.
These rates that are shown here are also the same in the other websites?
There may be some little difference, but in general it's same.
Because if I'm correct, if these transactions are in the blockchain in real time, the same information is at everybody, I think the same rates will appear
Yes,
everywhere.
yeah, that's why I'm saying there will be some little delay, but in general you will get the same rates.
The same rates. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. You will see my screen now. Presentation.
The presentation.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Okay. Now let us see how Alias will receive this Bitcoin. How he will send. Alias has decided to exchange $10 of Bitcoin, so as not to risk too much of money on this new technology. Okay. So she decided to take only $10 Bitcoin. So she gives Joe, okay, by hand, okay, in cash, opens her mycelium wallet, okay, like what she did, she give him cash and open his mycelium wallet and give him barcode, okay, the QR code, and at the same time what this Joe did, he opened his his wallet, this display a QR code with a less per Bitcoin address. Joe then selects send on his smartphone. So there will be some option of sending money, okay, and it presented with a screen containing two inputs. First one is destination Bitcoin address, and second the amount to send in Bitcoin. So he has to enter how much Bitcoin he's supposed to transfer. He has to enter manually. For example, 0.10 something like that. in the input field for the Bitcoin address, there is a small icon that look like a QR code. Okay, so he has to, you know, click on that QR code. Joe now has a live Bitcoin address. You know, once he will scan his mobile with her mobile, so he can
Yes, yes,
through
yes,
his
exactly.
camera. So now he is having uh, uh, her Bitcoin address with him. So now with this way, he can easily transfer it like that. Okay, like this one. So my wallet. So he can say, okay, under two address. He is having a live address, and he has to send 100 MBTC. This one is the denomination values of Bitcoin. We will discuss in detail what is the denomination values, and he has to send $10 of Bitcoin like that. Once he confirm it, then in the meanwhile, Alice wallet is constantly listening, you know, to publish transaction. This transaction will not reflect on immediate basis. It takes at least 10 to 20 minutes. As I said, the one block will create it each 10 minutes. So she has to wait for that time. Looking for any that match that address in her wallet. A few seconds after Joe wallet transmit the transaction, analyzed wallet will indicate that it is receiving 0.10 Bitcoin. Okay, so
Can I make a question here?
yes,
At the moment that Joe transfers $10 of bitcoins,
yes,
you said it takes 10 to 20 minutes.
yes, 10 to
So,
20 minutes exactly.
so this time is for the miners to accept this transaction.
Yes,
Okay, so if they will 51% of miners in the blockchain will accept this transaction, and after that the transaction is done.
right now you can assume like that. Right
Okay,
now you can assume like that
okay,
because
okay.
we are working on one of the transaction, because in one block there are thousands of transactions.
I see, I see,
One block will be created at every 10 minutes.
I see.
You get my point?
Nevertheless, approval will be needed for this
Sorry?
transaction.
Of course, of course, of course.
Nevertheless,
Huh.
approval it is needed for this transaction.
Exactly. Approval is
Okay,
needed.
okay, okay.
Because,
Okay, okay.
you know, right now, everyone knows about Joe because he already have, you know, network connection. Nobody knows Alice. So Alice, they have to add, she has to add up in the network first. Network has to accept her. And then that's why, you know, there are so many pros and cons on this Bitcoin as well. Because
Okay.
right now the transaction speed is very low.
We are supposing now that Alice and Joe, they are not full noded clients. These are lightweight clients.
Yes,
Like,
yes,
yes,
lightweight.
Okay.
No, not
Okay.
no.
also not.
You cannot download, you know, your full node on your mobile.
Okay. I see.
Your
I see.
mobile will get crash immediately.
Yeah,
Okay.
because of
Okay.
lot of
Because I'm
transactions.
as soon as much as we are speaking, I'm thinking. So I'm
Yes,
trying to
yes,
understand.
yes, yes.
Okay.
Inshallah, slowly, gradually, you will learn more. Okay,
Yes. Thank you.
okay. So that's end from my side. We will next week, inshallah, we will learn how Bitcoin works technically.
Okay. Nice.
So
Yes,
we
that
will
will be
learn
good.
complete mechanism how this Bitcoin works. And by the way, today we will not we have not conducted our quiz as well. So inshallah, next class